Hey guys, it's Rich with video number 5 of the Christo-Pagan series. Today we're talking about energy concepts. So what comes to mind whenever you think of energy? Do you think of sparkling white lights? Do you think of a feeling? Do you think of science? And more importantly, what the heck does any of this have to do with Christo-Paganism? So the main reason that I wanted to talk about energy concepts was because we usually find it in the usual pagan books, and it's mentioned a lot either here on YouTube or on the interwebs or in different pagan teachings. But if you're like me, you don't really look into what energy is at its core concept. What is this thing called energy that we think of? So with that, I kind of gave myself a headache trying to figure all of this out and see what it really means to me. Now, keep in mind, I'm not a quantum physicist, so my scientific jargon and scientific knowledge leaves a lot to be desired, but I hope I'm able to kind of explain what my thought process is whenever it comes to the concept of what energy is and how you can use it as a Christo-Pagan in your day-to-day life. Now, whenever I think of energy, I think of gift from the Creator, that creating essence, the essence of an almighty deity, the all-source. That's what I think of whenever I think of energy. But whenever looking at it from a scientific aspect, it gets a lot more complicated a lot quicker. So at its very basics, we want to start by looking at atoms. Atoms are the basic building blocks of everything around us, from the air we breathe, to the earth that we're standing on, to who we are, and the smallest microbes within the cosmos. Atoms are everywhere. Now, these little tiny things called atoms are made up of protons, neutrons, electrons, and even smaller than that, you have the subatomic level, where we're looking at quarks and mesons and all this other crap that I can't even wrap my head around. Looking at the universe in its bigness and in its smallness just makes my head hurt. So let's try to keep it simple. You might have heard of a guy named Albert Einstein, kind of a big deal out there, kind of a brainiac, didn't tie his shoes a lot, liked to ride a bike. So you might have heard of him. He came up with this theory of relativity. It's kind of a big deal, but most of the time you see it's E equals mc squared, which basically means energy equals mass squared. Put even more simply, energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. And even more simply than that, atoms equal energy. Confused yet? Okay, let's keep going. Now, once we understand that everything is energy, then we have the law of vibration. Everything has a certain vibrational frequency in which it vibrates at. Now, I vibrate at a rate called human, and this cup vibrates at the rate of cup. And that vibrates at the rate of coffee. With me so far? Okay, good. Let's move on. Plainly put, everything that is in the universe vibrates at a different frequency. Now that is the important part, and that is why magic works. It's the very foundation of what magic is at its essence. Now, if you heard of a man named Masaru Emoto, I believe I'm saying his name correctly. I'm probably butchering the first name, but I know the second name is Emoto. What he did, and I love his theory behind it, and there's a lot of controversy over how he got his results. However, what he did is he took water, he projected thoughts, feelings, words onto this water, then froze it, then took pictures of the crystallized forms. I absolutely love some of the pictures that came out of this. Ones of peace and love and saying thank you to it came out looking beautiful. However, the ones that were told, I hate you, you're terrible water, this and that, sending negative vibes to it resulted in kind of gross looking crystalline structures. Seeing that our body is made mostly of water, this would explain why whenever somebody's having a bad day at work, you pick up on those emotions. Because of course, you're more spiritually attuned to these vibrational energies. Now that we have the science portion out of the way, let's rest our brains. Let's talk about how we can more finely attune our vibrational energies to those around us and manipulate them to do our will in a respectful manner, of course. Now, if you're like me, some of this will come easy to you, but some of it is going to be very difficult. It all comes with practice. The easiest way for me is through meditation. Next week, we're actually going to be discussing meditation for the Christo-Pagan series, so go ahead and stay tuned for that next week. However, if you already have a meditation regimen, start thinking and feeling and connecting yourself with the vibrations around you, picking up on them, absorbing them in, pushing out your own, and focusing them into what you want to do. This can also happen whenever you're burning a positive affirmation, working with a certain stone, burning incense, dancing, drumming. I know I have some drummers out there that really love their drum circles. There's different ways of gaining that vibrational frequency of things around you to attune yourself with that, or to attune that energy out there with what you want to have happen. Then you focus it in the direction of which you want it to go. So with that, I'm going to close out this video for the Christo-Pagan series. I hope it didn't get too complicated. I hope I can edit this down to be somewhat comprehensive. I hope. So like I said, next week we're going to be talking on the 6th video of the Christo-Pagan series about meditation. Please join me for that. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a big old thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to me, go ahead and hit subscribe. If you have not been to ChristoPaganism.com, I do suggest going there, as there are articles that will not make it onto YouTube, and if you are subscribed to me here on YouTube, you will see videos that are not on ChristoPaganism.com. If you tweet on Twitter, then you can follow me on Twitter by clicking right over here. If you like empowering quotes, if you like hearing about other people's lives, or if you're just a general voyeur, I suggest hitting on that Twitter button right now. Until next time, may you have love, hugs, and ladybugs. Bye-bye.